What's good? What's good? I'm back. Yours truly, one and only Paul Pickett, host of the Paul Pickett Podcast, aka Triple P, aka the Common Sense Podcast, your source for music, sports, politics, world events, and much, much more. Right now, I am live on TikTok. Anytime I don't do reacts to a video, I go live on TikTok. But please note, if you are coming on my TikTok live, that I cannot interact with you. I cannot accept you into the live, as I'm also pre-recording on my StreamYard. I'm doing a video and an audio version that I pre-record for every episode, and the video version goes to YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, Rumble, BitChute, Twitter, Twitch, and much, much more. And the audio version goes to Spotify, Apple, Amazon, Deezer, TuneIn, Stitcher, Slacker, iHeartRadio, Player FM, and much, much more. Today we got the NBA draft. I'm gonna go over the mock draft, but first I want to go over last night's news. Yesterday there was a reported trade. It was going to involve Porzingis, Malcolm Brogdon, and Marcus Morris. Well, waking up this morning, I guess at midnight last night, the Porzingis still went through, but the trade is different now. The trade includes Porzingis, Marcus Smart, and Marcus Morris. So Brogdon didn't go in the trade, and it was supposed to be between the Celtics, the Wizards, and the Clippers. And I don't even. That's the thing. My bad. I don't even think Marcus Morris is even in this trade anymore, because it was supposed to be between the Clippers, the Celtics, and the Wizards, which was supposed to be Kristaps Porzingis, Marcus Morris, and Brogdon. So it was supposed to be Porzingis to the Celtics, Marcus Morris to the Wizards, and Brogdon to the Clippers, which I thought for the Clippers, Malcolm Brogdon to the Clippers, I was like, wow, that's a good pickup. Well, that's not how the trade went through last night. The trade ended up being between the Grizzlies, the Wizards, and the Celtics. Apparently, the Clippers part didn't go through, and I like this for the Celtics and the Grizzlies. The Grizzlies got Marcus Smart, and so I guess he's definitely going to be coming off the bench. But you got Marcus Smart um, to back up Ja Morant now, and and think about it. Ja Morant's going to be suspended for 25 games. 25 games, which I do think he did deserve, because you can't trust the word he said. He lied to the commissioner, and this is the second time for um, the same action, basically. So they got Marcus Smart to cover. He's going to start those 25 games that Ja Morant's out. So Marcus Smart to start next to Desmond Bane. It fits their culture. It fits Grizzly culture, defense, toughness. I like it. I like it for the Grizzlies. Sorry, whoever's trying to come in on my TikTok live. I am pre-recording as well. I can't reach my phone to go and click accept, so I cannot accept you. Sorry. I don't know why I got to constantly go over this, but Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies, great move for them. Ja Morant suspended for 25 games. Sun started to come in and hit my face, as you see. Um, Smart. It's smart. Marcus Smart. No pun intended, but Marcus Smart to the Grizzlies is smart. It gives you a player to have in place of Ja Morant when because they would have Tyus Jones. Tyus Jones wasn't going to be good enough. Marcus Smart though is going to be good enough. Been to NBA Finals, about 3 or 4 Eastern Conference Finals. A vet at this point, plays defense hard, very experienced, can run the point, can facilitate. I like it for the Grizzlies. Let's get to the Wizards part. Wizards got Tyus Jones, Danilo Gallinari, Mike Muscala, and the number 25 pick in the 2023 draft. Wizards are on a total rebuild. You got rid of Bradley Beal in a trade. You got rid of Porzingis in a trade now. Whatchamacallit? what's my man's name? Kyle Kuzma. Kyle Kuzma. He's gonna be leaving the Wizards, I think. Once I saw Kyle Kuzma's Panera commercial, I pretty much knew he was gonna be looking for a bigger market. So Kyle Kuzma, he's either gonna be looking for the bag or a bigger market and the bag to go along with his Panera commercials. So they're breaking that all up. They're starting over from scratch. I don't think Danilo Gallinari even stays on the team. Mike Muscala, I think he's still kind of young, so they can keep him. Tyus Jones is still kind of young. But it's a total rebuild for the Wizards. They're probably going to be the worst team in the NBA next year. All right, let's get to the Celtics part of it. Celtics got 2 picks and Porzingis for Marcus Smart and Danilo Gallinari and Mike Muscala and a pick. They gave away 3 players and a pick, and they got Porzingis and 2 picks back. I mean, I like it if Porzingis stays healthy. If Porzingis can stay healthy, I like it. You could probably load manage him through the regular season. I'm pretty sure now with this move that of getting Kristaps Porzingis that they're gonna extend Jaylen Brown and extend Jason Tatum probably. It looks like Celtics are definitely all in again. They're all in again. They still kept Brogdon, so now they got Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, Robert Williams, Kristaps Porzingis, and we'll see what happens with Grant Williams if they re-sign him. Do I think this puts them as the favorite in the East? A healthy Kristaps Porzingis with Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, Malcolm Brogdon, Derek White, and Robert Williams. Yes, I do. I think they're favored in the East. I think the Heat have to be all in on Damian Lillard at this point right now, since the Celtics got Kristaps Porzingis. The Bucks need to be all in and trying to get somebody as well. Who I don't know, probably Damian Lillard as well. Yeah, I got Celtics as the favorite in the East right now. I mean, and the Bucks and the Heat better do something, you know. And I still like that trade I'm hearing out there, DeAndre Ayton to the Knicks for their center. And oh boy. What was it? What was the pick? The draft? The trade I heard it was hold on, it was Josh Hart and I can't find that center on there. Mitchell Robinson. Yeah, Mitchell Robinson and Josh Hart for Ayton. I like that. I like that on both ends. I like that for the Suns. They get a little bit more depth. Josh Hart could back up Devin Booker and Bradley Beal, while either one of them go to the bench. Mitchell Robinson is a center that you don't have to look to give the ball all the time to score. He can just play defense and rebound because that's all you need out of Ayton. And Ayton is not going to be comfortable with playing just defense and rebounding. Whoever is the center for the Phoenix Suns, he's not going to get no touches. He's not getting no shots. It's not happening, man. You got Bradley Beal, Devin Booker, and Kevin Durant, man. You got 3 ISO ball players that are pretty much going to be taking a shit ton of shots. But right now I got Denver in the West still number 1. I got Suns locked in at number 2. I still got to see what they're going to do with DeAndre Ayton. Memphis getting Marcus Smart only just stabilizes them. Why Ja Morant is hurt, and they're still young. Clippers didn't get Malcolm Brogdon, so they're no better. Golden State's no better right now. If Golden State thinks they can just run it back, they smoking crack. If they think they can run it back, they smoking crack. Lakers can't run it back either. You're going to have to do something with D'Angelo Russell. And if Sixers think they're going to compete at all, you can't bring back that team. You're going to, if I'm them, try to get a sign and trade deal for James Harden. I would trade Tobias Harris at this point. I would go all in on Embiid and Maxey as my 1 and 2. And see what you can get for Tobias Harris. See what you get for James Harden. Get rid of him. I'm also hearing a deal out there for what was it? It was John Collins and who was it? John Collins and somebody else, I think, to the Suns. I think it was John Collins and Herter or something like that for DeAndre Ayton. Actually, I think Clint Capella would be a good trade for DeAndre Ayton. I honestly do. Clint Capella and maybe John Collins for Ayton. Still keep Hunter. Bring in DeAndre Ayton, Trae Young. I'm hearing oh boy might get traded, DeJounte Murray, because this is the thing. NBA teams need to stop doing this. And I don't know why they don't got enough common sense and common knowledge to figure this out. If you are the number one option on a team that's one of the 5 worst teams in the NBA, you're more than likely a number 3 on a championship team. I repeat, if you are the number 1 option on one of the 5 worst teams in the NBA, you're more likely the 3rd best option on a championship team. This idea that DeJounte Murray was supposed to come in and be your 2nd option when he was the 1st option on one of the 5 worst teams in NBA. He's a 3rd option at best. 3rd option at best. What is Bradley Beal right now? I mean, think about it. Bradley Beal is going to be a 3rd option on the Phoenix Suns. So if they win the championship this year or next year, he's the 3rd option at best. The number 1 guy on one of the worst teams in the league can only be the 2nd best option at most. And more likely, he's just the 3rd best option on a championship team at best. At best. So when you go down the line and you look at some of these teams, you get the teams like, the Wizards. I mean, Wizards are literally one of the 5 worst teams in the Eastern Conference. Bradley Beal's the 3rd best option. 3rd option at best on a championship team, man. Even a cat like Zach LaVine. Zach LaVine probably can only be your 2nd option. A lot of these cats, like Trae Young, man, he might be your 2nd option. Just because you're the 1st option on any team doesn't mean you could be the 1st option on a championship team. Usually only the 1st option on the top 5 teams in each division, in each conference, could be the number 1 guy on a championship team. Like if the Suns win it right now, this coming up year, Devin Booker will be the number 1 guy on the championship team. Kevin Durant will be number 2, and Bradley Beal will be number 3. And the Kings had an offer for the Kings didn't want to give up Keegan Murray for Bradley Beal, which I don't blame him, because we still don't know what Keegan Murray can be. He was just a rookie last year, and Bradley Beal is just the 3rd option at best on a championship team. He's going to be 2nd or 3rd option going to the Kings, because you still got Domantas Sabonis and De'Aaron Fox. That's his team. And De'Aaron Fox is better than Bradley Beal at this point. Yeah, there's a lot. We got to stop doing that. Just because, like, somebody's the number 1 option on the NBA team doesn't mean they could be the number 1 option on the championship team. They might be third option at best. Kevin Love, Chris Bosh. I mean, these guys on their team was, 25 and 10 on their teams. Kevin Love was put up 20-20s, 30-30 nights. He was getting like 20 points, 20 rebounds, like multiple games. Yeah, that's for the Minnesota Timberwolves, who have been one of the laughing stocks of the NBA my whole lifetime. Whoever's trying to come in on my TikTok live, once again, I can't reach it. Can't come in, I can't accept you, and I can't interact. I am pre-recording. I apologize. But I don't know why y'all keep trying. So, yeah, man, that's crazy. Let me get into the draft. So right now, you got the draft tonight. You got the Spurs, got the first pick. Really, it's all about the top 3 picks. After that, you're going to probably see a lot of trades. We know Victor Wembanyama's going number 1. Of course, everybody called to try to offer trades for the number 1 pick, because you pretty much got to of your GM, or you're going to probably lose your job if you haven't tried to get an offer and to try to get that number 1 pick. Really, it gets interesting at number 2 with my Charlotte Hornets, which everybody's got to pick them Brandon Miller. I watched the Brandon Miller highlights. I'm not impressed. I don't see a player that's going to make a difference in the NBA. I don't see a guy who's going to be a generational talent, who's going to be I don't see an all-star. I don't see a guy who's going to be an all-star. Now, Scoot Henderson, I see a guy who could be an all-star. And I know people are like, oh, well, Scoot Henderson's 6'2". Small guys can't be the number 1 guy on a championship team. Well, we got LaMelo Ball, who's 6'7". Is still young. So maybe Scoot could be the number 2. This idea that you just can't move LaMelo Ball to 2 guard and they could just alternate bringing the ball up, like whoever gets the rebound and passes it to whoever is the closest just brings it up, is bogus. I'm hearing comparisons to Derrick Rose for Scoot Henderson. If I'm hearing Derrick Rose comparisons, why the hell? No. Excuse my French. Why the fuck would I pick Brandon Miller? If I think Scoot Henderson can be any bit of what Derrick Rose was before he got hurt. Before Derrick Rose got hurt, Derrick Rose was going to take over the league. I hate to tell the LeBron James fans, Derrick Rose doesn't get hurt. LeBron James does not go to 8 straight NBA finals. If Derrick Rose does not get hurt, Derrick Rose, this is what people don't understand about Derrick Rose. I watched a scientific explanation on Derrick Rose. Before Derrick Rose got hurt, Derrick Rose jumped higher and faster than any athlete in the world at the time. He would jump so high and so fast in the air, he didn't need a jump shot at the time. He got a jump shot later. But, that's the thing. We're always caught up on, he don't got a jump shot. He don't got a jump shot. I'm sorry. Did the Denver Nuggets dominate this playoffs with a jump shot? No, they dominated with a big man that you couldn't stop. That could do anything. And yeah, he could shoot jumpers, but he don't actually jump on his shots per se. When he's shooting threes, Nikola Jokic don't even jump, so I wouldn't even call them jump shots. But this idea that everybody's got to be some 3-point master, they got to be Steph Curry, is so bogus. It's taken away from actual skill set in the game. That's why these international players are just so much better, because they actually got skill sets. So if Scoot Henderson is any bit of what the early Derrick Rose was, there's no fucking way you pass on Scoot Henderson. And if the Hornets pick Brandon Miller over Scoot Henderson, and Scoot Henderson turns out to be every bit of what they said he was, I'll never watch Hornets basketball again. I don't think I'll ever watch Hornets basketball again if Brandon Miller gets picked. I don't think I will. I won't do it. And if they literally pick him after Brandon Miller literally had a okay workout, he's only had okay workouts. Scoot Henderson's workout, I mean, he's a gym rat. He's a gym rat. I'm not hearing Brandon Miller is a gym rat. I'm not hearing that, you know. Y'all just going off of height and he can shoot. Whoopie do, man. Whoopie freaking do. He's tall and he can shoot. I mean, is he gonna make anybody around him better? Because I can tell you right now, players ain't winning championships if you ain't making people around you better. Or at least making their job easier. So yeah, this is crazy if the Charlotte Hornets don't pick Scoot. You got Portland at number 3. We don't know if they're going to be able to if they're going to trade that. They actually looking into Scoot because apparently the Hornets have always picked some of the worst picks ever. We got some of the worst NBA draft picks ever. LaMelo Ball is probably like one of our, if not our best pick ever, the second best pick ever, or at least top 3. I'd probably say Larry Johnson, LaMelo Ball, and Lonzo Mourning are top 3 picks of all time. I like where the Magic at. The Magic got 6th and 11th pick. They might decide they want to move up to 3 or 4. Portland might want to decide they want to move down and get the 6th and 11th. Magic are in a really good position right now. They got Paolo Banchero. They got Mo Wagner, Franz Wagner. They got Wendell Carter. They're in a very good position, man. They got a lot of young pieces. Cole Anthony, Markelle Fultz, Jalen Suggs. A lot of young pieces. 2 more lottery picks in this draft. I like Orlando's future. I really do like Orlando's future. Pacers, they got the 7th pick. They had they picked Benedict Mathurin last year. He turned out to be pretty good. Washington's at 8. That's just not high enough for them, man. On a rebuild right now. Yeah, they'll get the 8th pick this year, but they're probably going to be shooting for number 1 next year. Dallas got the 10th pick. Pelicans. Not the Pelicans, but the Thunder. The Thunder. I like the Thunder's position. They got the 12th pick. They had the Rookie of the Year runner-up last year. Chet Holmgren was hurt last year. We don't know what he's going to be. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander has turned out to be a all-star, all-NBA caliber player. Josh Giddey still young. I like the Thunder's position right now. And then the Pelicans, if they're looking to trade to that number 2, they could have the 2nd pick and the 4th pick. Zion for the 2nd pick. I don't want Zion at the Hornets, though. I'd rather probably have Brandon Ingram, but I think I'd rather us keep the pick, man. I'd rather us keep the pick. I really would. And I'm not going to go over the mock draft for who's who because it's really all about the top 3 guys right now. But, yeah, that Porzingis to Celtics, it's going to be interesting if Porzingis stays healthy. Oops, my bad. Porzingis stays healthy. Definitely like to see how that goes. Once again, I thank you for tuning in, Paul Pickett Podcast, and I'm out.